Well, so happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for joining Mornings with Luann and Tim. And Alex Parr stepping in for Mr. Murphy this morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now that I got one day of the weekend under my belt, I'm feeling a little bit more refreshed. Slept a lot better last night.
That's the key, right?
Got to get past that Monday. Now we're doing better. Now we're off to a good start.
And Sunday night's hard because if you're like me, I'm a good 10-hour night sleeper. I'm a good sleeper. So on the weekend, I kind of tend to catch up. So Sunday night, it's like, it's too early.
Yeah, too early to go to bed. And especially, normally I work like a 10 to 6 or an 8 to 4. So getting up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, whew, what a change. But I'm here. I got the coffee in me. Coffee's good this morning.
Coffee's happening, for sure.
So how you doing this morning, Lou?
Awesome. Big day for nominations, the Emmys.
Ooh, the Emmys coming up. I'm getting excited about that. Do you have any favorites, any picks that you're...
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, usually I try to sort of take a look at the list after it comes out.
Right.
And then decide.
Okay.
But I don't watch a lot anymore.
I don't really watch a ton either. I watch sports. That's really the only thing
Is that right?
Yeah, that's all I really watch on TV.
Yeah.
All that I can think of right now.
I stream a whole bunch of videos and stuff. And
I'm a big YouTube guy. I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of sports, and that's all I do. So
Netflix
people always
and that
yell
sort
at me.
of thing. I know, right?
What do you mean you don't watch TV? I don't know. I just don't do it.
My kids don't either.
No?
No, they're not big
there's
TV watchers.
so many different options now that you have to watch whatever you want. I mean,
when you want. That's why on TV is here. Because you can watch whenever you want to watch.
And because of you. So thank you for sticking with us this morning.
Absolutely. And speaking of thank you to Casey Security for supporting the show.
Way better than my segue yesterday. That was good. I really like that one.
I'm so thrilled I even remembered. That's the point. That's the big thing, right?
Casey Security.
Yeah, they're sponsoring us for a second month in a row, so thank you. We appreciate that.
When I come on the morning show, sometimes I like to sprinkle a little bit of millennial flavor on top of the show.
Thank goodness, because we could use it.
When I came on last time, I showed you the country rap kind of song.
Yes. What was it? What was it called?
Old Town Road.
So cool. I love that song.
So let's see Luann's take on this now. I think I mentioned it to you yesterday, but there is a Facebook group planning to storm Area 51 that has 1.2 million people saying they're going to do this on September 20th. And now the U.S. Air Force has had to put out a statement saying we will be ready, don't show up, don't do this.
Ooh, little threats there?
Yeah, and because what they want to do is, quote, let's see them aliens, is what they want to do. They want to see the aliens at Area 51. The state's saying don't do it, don't come anywhere near, because it is a shoot-on-site space. Now, with
It's a shoot-on-site space.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm mistaken, send an email, yell at me. Don't worry, that's happened before, so that's fine. But to my knowledge, it is, because what they're claiming it is a training space for the military.
Yes, they've always claimed that.
Yes. So now people are saying, nope, there's got to be aliens there just because of the movies and whatever.
Right.
But what worries me is 1.2 million people is a lot of people. And you know what happens when you have a lot of people? You have a good percentage of that are crazy. So there will be people that will go. Now, how far do you think they can make it in? I don't think they can. I don't think
they're going to get far.
How crazy on a scale of 1 to 10 are these people?
I'm going to go with 8. Well, first of all, they're planning this big protest, and they're talking about it on social media.
Yeah, there it is right there. That's the Facebook page there. Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us.
Well, yeah, they can.
And they will.
Yeah, they will.
With a crazy amount of force. It is the U.S. military that has so much money and so many resources.
And, they've been protecting it since the 50s, right? So what makes people think now in 2019 that the Army's going to just go, so come on in?
I saw one of the comments saying, it's like, hey, I'm in the military, and if I get stationed out there, I'll leave the back door unlocked for you guys. So don't think that's going to happen.
No.
But all I can say when I look at this is I know people are going to show up. So I'm worried for those people.
Yeah, because they don't understand it.
No, it's going to be a joke to some people, but to the guys with the guns, it ain't a joke to them.
No, and there's of course rumors that there's an actual alien body there, and so that's, I guess, what these people are looking for.
That'd be really cool.
Wouldn't it be cool?
In my lifetime, I know it's asking for a lot, I'd love to make contact or just know that there's some other life form out
Yeah,
there. I think
talk
that'd be
about a
super
great
cool.
interview.
Oh, very, very
Right?
true, right?
So do you guys like sports? That would be Alex.
What's your favorite hockey team?
For sure. That's a bit scary though, because like you said, and then there's bravery in numbers, right? You get there
There's
and there's
stupidity in numbers as well, Luann.
You pump each other up and you think, oh yeah, this is our right. And you know what? Just because you want to doesn't mean it's all right.
It's just, I know people are going to show up because 1.2 million people, there will be crazy people that and they think it's too funny and they're laughing.
Yes.
They think it's a joke and they're going to go. I hope some sort of media outlet covers it because I'd love to see what actually happens and how many people actually show up out of 1.2 million.
I wonder. You think somebody's going to be there?
I think there's going to be a lot of people there. I think
Really, eh?
Well, 1.2 million.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
folks.
and I know there's a lot of people even on my friends list that has liked it and said, "Oh, we're going just
to be
go with the
goofy
joke,
and-
right?"
yeah.
But there's going to be people that have liked it from Nevada that are going to go just to see what happens.
Yeah, just to hang out and see if somebody's going to get shot in the head.
Don't do it.
No, you know what? There's better things to do for your day.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just thinking there has to be.
Besides
right?
getting bullet in the head.
Well, and because it's a restricted area, like you were saying, it's these people are very serious. There's a reason that it hasn't been infiltrated so far in the last 40 years because they're on it. They're paying attention.
If they wanted you in there, you'd probably be in there.
Exactly. Exactly. So, you know what? Take it with a grain of salt.
So we're not going then?
No, I'm not going. You going?
Not anymore.
How about if you go and report back?
No, thank
Right?
you. I'll have the big media vest on so they can see me from a big distance. Just here to do my job. Please don't. Please
With
don't
a
shoot.
bulletproof vest underneath and a helmet.
Yeah. Oh God.
You know, we're always talking about in the news, especially climate and environment,
Yes.
and how we really have to get our governments to take hold and make a commitment. And single-use plastics are so dangerous and stuff. This is really interesting.
Ooh.
In Alert Nunavut, it is actually so far this summer has been warmer than Victoria, British Columbia, in July.
Anchorage, Alaska hit 90 degrees Fahrenheit this year for the first time ever.
Like, they must be freaking out.
Right? I don't know why people aren't, like, there are people that are alarmed, but why aren't the governments just...
Yeah, like, this is big. Like,
And
this person that I was reading earlier today said the average in July in Alert Nunavut is 7 Celsius. So we're thinking, well, 7, that's not that warm. But it's actually equivalent to a daytime high of 42 in Toronto. So, like it's that balance and stuff, and they're saying it's never ever been this warm up there.
There's too much money going into things that pollute.
Right?
And that's why things won't change unless the buying power shifts.
Yeah.
So don't buy your plastic straws. Don't do all that stuff.
Water bottles. Wow, what a culprit.
Oh my goodness.
And you know what? It's so hard because you go to a drive-through and you want like an ice cap or a double-double or whatever you want. And it's generally, if it's not cardboard, which is awesome, it's like the cold ones are in a plastic container. And I was reading this story and then I went over to wash my hands before we came out. And the recycling bin is stock jammed full of plastics. And it's just like, oh my gosh, so I don't know what it's going to take. We have some people in the community, not just our community, but
all over, yes.
that are like, there's actually a term now in reference to being scared and having a nervous condition, mental health issues about the environment.
Really? Just that like impending doom, that
they're
like
just
existential crisis.
And it's too big, right? It's too big, I can't do anything about it, and nobody's listening, and apparently there's now like a term for that. So plastic bottles, wow, run the tap for a couple of minutes.
So much stuff. The big corporate companies that are polluting so much in the company. And as much as we can do ourselves to, reduce our plastic and compost and do things like that, there's got to be a larger portion because
there has to.
The companies that are doing the X amount percentage of polluting, we'll follow your lead, we promise.
Yes,
you. We promise you.
Absolutely. We'll still drink your ice caps, just put it in a different cup. We love that.
Absolutely.
Who's on the show today, quickly?
Today we got Sarah McCleary coming up, and she's talking about St. Vincent's Place. They've got quite a few different things going on. They got a busy schedule this summer. And as well, we're talking to Hannah Kaiko from Digital Creator North, a new initiative at the public library for teenagers 13 to 19, so they can do photography or editing or basically all the stuff that we do here, but a workshop that they can do, I believe,
better.
It's I guess we're gonna find out.
I suppose, yeah. Stay with us because we have the local news as well, and all that is coming up right after this.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5 and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, and now we're continuing our week of familiar faces on the morning show. We got Sarah McCleary coming in to talk about St. Vincent's Place. And St. Vincent's Place, June, they just helped 149 families and provided emergency housing to 30 men. That's got to be a great feeling, no?
Yeah, I mean, I wish that so many people didn't need the help,
yes.
right? But yes, I'm really happy that we can do that.
Happy that at least if they need the help, that they can reach out. So I'm sure everybody knows what St. Vincent's Place is, but could you give us the Reader's Digest version, just in case somebody's watching right now?
Sure. So we've got the men's shelter, we have a soup kitchen and a food bank, and a thrift store as well. So basically we kind of help all aspects of people who, if they're in need in one way or another, we can help them out.
And I know a lot of the men there too that if they are staying there, they need to be actively looking for work or helping in the thrift shop and different things like that. Is that the best way to try and not, I guess, rehabilitate at the same time to kind of transition them back into working and doing things and being independent like they want to do?
Exactly. That's a large part of our goal with the men in the shelters, to make it easier for them to transition into their own housing and get back on their feet kind of thing. So we do have a lot of guys who help out around the building. There's a couple who've been there for a while that do help in the thrift store every day and the food bank and everything. And
you are really busy with the NDP candidacy going through St. Vincent's Place, and you've got things going on today at Adeno's, correct?
Yes. So a group of students in a specific class, they've come together to make their own little Fight Hunger Games sort of event, and they're collecting donations as part of that, and they want to donate it to St. Vincent's for the food bank.
And Fight Hunger Games has been going on for quite a few months now. How did this idea start, and what sort of different events have been taking place in part?
Well, theirs is separate from the one I ran.
Oh,
so
it's
a separate one. So I had my own Fight Hunger Games event that was in June, and then they approached me a few weeks ago saying, hey, we're running our own Fight Hunger Games, and can you come speak with us and kind of tell us about what St. Vincent's is doing.
So what part are you going to be doing today then at the event?
Today, I'm mostly just coming to kind of give them a feel for what St. Vincent's is, how they're helping us, make sure that the students understand, what their donations go towards and how volunteering and donating actually really makes a really good difference.
And this is a better time than most. I mean, there's going to be no bad time to donate as well, but usually you'll say during the winter times is when people are a little bit more conscious of people in need, and summertime, some of those stockpiles dry up.
Exactly. I think a lot of it is in winter, there's Christmas, people kind of feel really a lot more generous, whereas in summer, it's not that they're not generous, but they're distracted, right?
Yes.
Summer, we all want to get out, go to the beach, go to camp, go travel, so people are not really thinking about it in summer, so our food bank does definitely dry up.
Right, and people are, it is like you say, it's not that they're not generous, they're distracted, they want to go outside, and maybe if they're feeling so good for themselves, it's just kind of maybe a thought they think everyone has, but like always, donations to St. Vincent's are greatly appreciated. Yes. So today, what's going on today at Sioux College?
So they've got, my understanding of it, I haven't been involved in the planning, but they're going to be running kind of a board game sort of event. Okay. So students who want to come participate can bring cans in as a donation. Basically, their admission charge is a can donation for St. Vincent's, and then they'll spend a couple hours kind of playing games, talking about how they're helping, that kind of thing. And
besides can donations, what other sort of things are St. Vincent's looking for?
We also really appreciate getting hygiene items. So, disposable razors, shampoo, toilet paper, those are big ones. Generally, we also really appreciate any donations that we can sell in the thrift store, because the thrift store really helps support what we do. Like, we get funding for the shelter, but the soup kitchen and the food bank is completely run on donations and volunteers.
Oh, wow, okay.
So any donations that we get in the thrift store, the money we get from selling it goes right into helping the food bank.
Now, are there cash donations that are accepted as well?
Oh, 100%, yes.
Perfect. Yeah. So right now, what's kind of getting a little lower in the pantry, I guess to say that, for lack of a better term, what's kind of getting low right now that you guys are looking to really stock up on?
I know our cereal is getting low.
Okay. I'm a big cereal guy, so we definitely got to stock up on that.
Sidekicks are always popular. Everybody who comes in for a package wants a sidekick, so they go pretty quick. Same with certain kind of soups, like chunky soups people really like. I guess we get a lot of the condensed soups, and those go quickly, but the bigger cans of chunky soups, those are, heartier meal.
Yes,
people like those ones.
A little bit more filling.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's some good ideas on what things you can bring today. But you also have the t-shirt campaign you wanted to talk about today. So I've got no idea what it is. So I'm going to be listening right alongside you guys.
Okay, so I don't know if you've heard of the website called Bonfire.
I have not.
So that's a really great website. Basically, you design a t-shirt, and then they take care of printing them, packaging them, shipping them, accepting all the payments, everything. So it's a really no-risk fundraiser for us. So I've designed a t-shirt with a bit of our slogan there, help give hope, and then the St. Vincent symbol. So if people go online to that website, there's a link from our Facebook page.
This is the website right here, actually.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, thank you.
Not specific to my
my
this
campaign,
would be the but
Yes, I got you.
So they can go on there and buy a shirt. It is in American money, so I mean, I would prefer that it was a Canadian company, and I have heard that feedback it would be nice, and I agree. But like I said, we were looking for kind of a no-risk fundraiser, and it does. They give a portion of the proceeds from the sale to us, obviously, right? So
and this is going to be the first time that you guys have run this campaign.
Yes.
Exactly why that maybe people will say it would have been nice to be a Canadian website, but that'll be once you guys support it this next time around, correct?
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is next time I'll maybe just kind of design a shirt, take some orders, because I can't really afford to pre-print shirts and then hope that I sell them and make my investment back, right? So I'll maybe get one shirt printed as a sample, take some orders, and then print them next time. But I do think that this is a really great way to help out St. Vincent's too.
And you can donate canned items, you can donate hygiene products. What about donating time? What sort of things can people do to get involved with donating some time and volunteering?
So the best way to help out right now is in the thrift store. Our soup kitchen and our food bank run on a team system. So we set up the teams and the schedule for a year in advance. So if people do want to help out there, they can get in touch with me and I'll put them on the schedule for the next year. So right now we're all set until December.
That's really great to hear too, though.
Yeah, it's a really great system, and we had a really good outpouring of support when I put out the call for volunteers last fall. We got so many more teams. So if anybody else wants to jump on board, then they can definitely start helping in January.
And I hope with the kind of stuff that we do here on the show kind of makes the thoughts around St. Vincent's, you know, a little bit more positive, because I know there can be some stigmas around people that are in shelters. What sorts of things are we trying to kibosh right now? What kind of things are we trying to say, nope, this is just the wrong way to think about it, and this is the way we should be thinking?
So I think a couple of things. So in terms of, you know, people who use a food bank and everything, people think, oh, you know, they're just lazy, they don't have jobs. Most of the people who come to the food bank are families where the parents are working and they just can't make ends meet. They just don't have enough money to pay the bills and feed the family for the whole month. And then also with the men in the shelter, a lot of people think, oh, you know, they're perfectly physically capable, they should just go get a job and get out on their feet. But again, some of them, you know, they might look physically capable, but they maybe have you know, mental health issues, or, you know, maybe they do have some physical health issues that you don't see. So a lot of them are, you know, they're perfectly nice guys, and they just need that little bit of extra time to sort things out, whatever it may be, and then they can get out on their own.
Everybody needs to be picked up, dusted off, and given a pat on the back every now and then. And that's exactly what St. Vincent's Place is there to do. So in our wrapping moments, what sort of things would you be telling people to come out to Sioux College today and support the initiative?
Yeah, absolutely. Just come on out for, it sounds like it's going to be a really good time with some good games. Great way to support us with the canned food donations, and I hope that a lot of people come out.
I would love that a whole lot of people come out too. I'm going to the event to cover it, so you can say hi to me or Sarah while you're there. But for now, I'll say bye to you and hi to you once we return on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
I'm doing whatever it takes, stopping at nothing, I'm up in your face, shaking it off, no matter the cost, I'm feeling the wind, I'm taking it all, I'm paving the way with the sweat and the blood, I'm at the top, rising above, I want the gold, give me the rush, Queen Midas, I got the touch. I'm pushing, 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 I'm pushing.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true.
Thanks for sticking with us, and make sure you get to Sioux College today between 1 and 3 p.m. Go to ONNtv and make sure you lend a helping hand to St. Vincent's Place. They always appreciate it.
Absolutely. Such good work being done there.
Absolutely. Anything that can get people back up on their feet from a hard time, you got to definitely give a hand to.
And you know what? You never know when the hard time's going to be yours. So it's always a really good idea to help out whenever you can. Do you watch The Bachelorette?
Don't I look like a guy that would watch The Bachelorette? Absolutely, Lou. I know everything.
You know what? Because I don't.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't have to try. I don't have to try to fit in anymore.
No.
Okay,
You're good.
Cool.
You're one of the cool kids.
Oh, I knew it. Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just reading social media and different websites this morning looking for stuff to talk about. This thing has exploded on The Bachelorette.
Okay, cool.
So I guess she has like 4 guys that. Do you get a rose when you're still?
Yeah, you get a rose if you're staying, and if you don't get one, I think you get kicked off the show.
Oh yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. So there are 4 guys who are remaining, and one is very spiritual, very religious, and feels like she gave him the impression that she had never had sex. Yeah.
Was she lying?
Yes, she was. Because
Okay.
she had sex, she admitted, on the show to the world. She had sex in a windmill, with another of the contestants, and we did it twice.
And Buddy on the show
just
no
went,
idea.
Well, yeah, he's got no clue. So he heard about it apparently on the show last night. And
Do we know which guy this is? If that's the spiritual guy?
That's the guy that she...
The windmill?
The windmill guy.
Okay, let's leave it at the windmill guy.
Yeah, he's the windmill guy, apparently. So the other guy, Buddy, who, is spiritual and was devastated, apparently. But when she told him, she says to him, "Yes, I had sex and Jesus still loves me." I'm like, what?
Well, how much reality television is truly reality,
Thank
though?
you.
All of these people
my
could
gosh.
easily be actors and actresses.
Oh my word. And she was incensed at his reaction to that. I don't have to answer to you and blah blah blah. So it's been brewing for a couple of weeks, and then the show aired last night with her divulging that, and then they got on Twitter together. And he was like, "Well, you know what? It's not the sin. It's how the sin is presented." And she was like, "I don't have to answer." Oh,
you know who she has to answer to? The Lord.
That's right.
Well, wait a minute. So, is the show live? Is it?
No.
But then they're on Twitter talking about things that were pre-recorded but released at that same time.
Yeah. So there had been rumors about. Because the promo show coming up next week.
Yes.
And she sort of insinuated that she was going to confess that she's had sex. So that's when all the rumblings happened.
Right.
And so last night was the first time the show was aired.
Okay, yes.
But he obviously knew.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is, though, assuming that if this isn't live and it's all pre-recorded, that it's probably done in its entirety, probably edited.
Oh, yeah. They're like whoever she's with, she's with right now.
Yeah, so why is she tweeting about things that have already happened?
Right.
Obviously to promote the show, and that gives me smells a little fishy to me, that it may not be. I don't want to break anybody's heart here and say that it might not be real. I don't know if I buy it.
And you know what? Tim and I have talked about this for a couple of times. I've never watched the show. I don't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. You know what? The Bachelor. Girls, if you gotta be on TV with 25 other women trying to get this guy's attention and win his, like, what? Are we not further along than that? Right?
Yeah.
Is it just me?
Yeah, and I don't understand why it would even be vice versa. Like, if I'm there in a competition with like 20 other dudes, I'd be like, okay, like.
So what's the point?
Yeah, really though.
Like,
well, the money that they get from the show, so.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
I would do it for some money, so.
You would, eh? So you can be bought, Alex Parr.
That's right.
Well, I will keep that in mind.
I'm one of the highest bidders. Bachelor, any TV show, Wipeout.
You could be a fundraiser.
Get Alex to The Bachelor. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Give me the Wipeout. Give me to something fun. Give me something
really.
that we can
Get
have some
into a
laughs
sports
with.
game. He'll be a blast for sure. Stay with us here on Mornings with Luann and Tim and Alex, because we have news coming up right after this.
With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern Peoples Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Gooley Bay, Black Road, Everman Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
concerns brought up by community members at a meeting last night, City Council approved to proceed with the construction of bike lanes on Pine and Willow Avenues. The vote was 10-1, with Councillor Hollingsworth opposing the motion. Residents on both streets are concerned about the removal of on-street parking, cyclist safety, speeding vehicles, and convenience when getting in and out of their driveways. Supporting the lanes, Mayor Provenzano said they are part of the master and active transportation plan for the city. Provenzano talked about the need to start living out these plans for the city and not just talking about doing it. Council also approved a resolution to allow an unopened road allowance for the 2020 budget, running from the east limit of Northern Avenue southerly through Panoramic Drive to Princeton Drive, and then alleviating traffic flow at Pine and Pleasant Drive. Mass shooting survivor Nathalie Provost has quit the Federal Firearms Advisory Committee in frustration, saying she is extremely disappointed with the Liberal government's failure to crack down on assault-style rifles. Provost, who was shot 4 times during the 1989 spree by a gunman at Montreal's École Polytechnique, says she feels used by a government unwilling to take the steps needed to make Canadians safer. The Canadian Press obtained a copy of Provost's resignation letter sent yesterday to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the cabinet members responsible for firearms issues, Public Safety Minister Ralph Goodale and Organized Crime Reduction Minister Bill Blair. Provost, who served for more than 2 years on the advisory committee, says the government repeatedly ignored her calls for an overhaul of the firearms classification system, a move that could tighten restrictions on some semi-automatic rifles. She claims the committee contributed nothing to the Liberal Firearms Bill C-71, recently passed by Parliament, legislation that she considers very timid. Ontario's health minister said yesterday that this year's flu season will likely be a bad one, and the province is stocking up on extra high-strength vaccines in preparation. Australian health authorities are reporting an early flu season there, unusually high activity for this time of year. Though the overall severity is reported as low, hospitalizations are 3 times what is normal, and there have been more than 200 deaths so far, according to that country's Department of Health. A spokesperson for Elliott said that Ontario has already ordered 300,000 more doses of high-dose flu vaccines than last year, bringing the total order to 1.2 million doses. That vaccine has 4 times the amount of antigens than the regular flu shot and is given to more vulnerable people, such as seniors. It can be provided in hospitals, long-term care homes, and by primary care providers. Elliott said it was proven particularly effective last year and that the government will also be rolling out an advertising campaign encouraging people to get the flu shot. Elliott did not yet have a specific date, though, when the flu shot will be available, but said it will be well in advance of flu season. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is making it clear he has very different views about people from diverse backgrounds from U.S. President Donald Trump. Over the weekend, Trump tweeted that 4 members of Congress, all women of color, 3 of them U.S. born, should go back to their own countries. Trudeau says people around the world know what he thinks about the idea of people being told to go back where they came from, and calls diversity one of Canada's greatest strengths.
I think Canadians and indeed people around the world know exactly what I think about those particular comments. That is not how we do things in Canada. A Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian, and the diversity of our country is actually one of our greatest strengths and a source of tremendous resilience and pride for Canadians, and we will continue to defend that.
We're removing people that have come in, all of these people over the years that have come in illegally. We are removing them and bringing them back to their country.
Arrests last week of immigrants in the U.S. illegally illustrate how President Donald Trump's pledge to start deporting millions of people is virtually impossible with U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement's current budget and methods.
It does use a lot of our resources to do this. Again, we have people that are assigned to do this every day. But again, if somebody is ordered removed, they're in court and they don't leave, Now we have to use our resources to go find that person to pick them up to remove them. So probably about 4 hours total, 2 officers, about 8 hours, man hours was spent on actually targeting and making these arrests. And actually we were very successful today. Sometimes it could take a lot longer. Sometimes it happens, like today it happened pretty quickly, but other times it could take several hours, or we'd have to go back different days.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today to help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument. Visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
So Lou, can I ask you a question that has literally nothing to do with anything ever discussed on the morning show before?
Sure.
What's a corn fritter?
A corn fritter is a pancake with creamed corn in it. Yeah. Good Friday? My dad used to make us corn fritters all the time.
Are they good?
Yes, they're delicious.
Because, like, for me, I'm not a big cream corn guy.
No, huh?
Touches everything on your plate. And it doesn't matter if my food touches on my plate. It matters if everything tastes like cream corn on my plate, which it ends up happening to do. But today is National Corn Fritter Day, and that came up.
Fritter.
And I didn't know what it was. It said it was like
what? I'm wondering if I'm correct.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, see,
it's like
there you go.
the batter and the corn put together.
Yeah.
Just like a sweet pancake corn, I guess.
And we used to have it on Good Friday because you shouldn't eat meat, right? If you're a good Catholic girl, right? So my dad would make them for us, and like just dump in and I love them.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm a texture person.
Is it like a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Wow.
Huge.
Okay.
Even better than a regular pancake because there's something to cut it a little bit. Then you throw a whole bunch of syrup on it, and how could you go wrong? How?
Syrup and corn?
So you would never have a corn fritter?
I would try one. Yeah. I'm not someone that goes, no, it sounds gross. So I'll give it a try, but just the ingredients in it just don't sound that appetizing.
I'm thinking you on this weekend coming up have to have like a little corn fritter.
Can I go somewhere and buy it? I don't trust myself to make it.
I don't know if you can buy them.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But just mix up a regular batch of pancake batter and then throw in a can of cream corn.
Yeah, just do that crazy idea.
Yeah, but it's so sweet, right?
Or maybe
it matches perfectly with the syrup.
Maybe I'll hire a personal chef because it's also National Personal Chef Day.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh my word!
I don't have one, but
no, I don't either.
I want to come and eat with you.
Yeah, really. Get him to make you some corn fritters because apparently, it's corn fritter day too.
And I'll just have one or half of one.
Half of one. Take a bite first, and then
like cream corn on its own, good.
Yeah.
Pancakes by themselves, pretty good. I'm not even a huge pancake guy. I get a little too filled too quickly.
And then an hour later you're hungry again.
Yeah, just put them together.
Carbs and sweet vegetables, right? I don't know, it's a weird thing, but it's so good. It really is. Very delicious. My dad was the king of corn fritters.
The king of the corn fritters.
And once a year we got to eat them.
Do you still do it?
No.
Well, tell them to make some now?
Yeah,
I want to try one.
Exactly. I'll bring you one the next time I make it. Never.
So what? Oh, thanks, Lou.
Awesome.
So tell me more of this juicy hot gossip you've got steaming off the press.
You know those Trump tweets about the women, they should go back to where they come from?
Do I ever? Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Can't believe he says things that he says. Lots of celebrity reaction to it on Twitter. For instance, Chris Evans, who's a very handsome actor, says the only thing worse than actually being hateful and racist is casually wielding hate and racism to activate your base. Feed your insatiable ego, he finishes. Janelle Monáe, who is a singer.
That's my Captain America right
there. Yeah. She says, I'm convinced this idiot racist could kill someone on Twitter live in the White House, and you guys would be like, when he kills someone, he reaffirms his message of division. Call for impeachment Speaker Pelosi, she says.
Boom.
And then Rob Reiner, more of my generation. Do you know who he is? Rob Reiner?
Do I have to be cool to
know
who he is?
No.
Then
you're not obliged to know him.
Okay.
He says though, it is unarguable Donald Trump is a racist at this crucial time in the struggle for the soul of our nation. We all must choose. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was a governor at one point, tweeted as well saying, I mean, he's an immigrant, so obviously different kind of perspective. And he said, sometimes you have to stop being Mr. Trump and begin being President Trump.
Get to the chopper.
Sorry. Get to the chopper. So he'll be back. Yeah, so even like Arnold is saying, you know what? It's not about you, it's about the presidency, and you should be doing your job. So yeah, lots of backlash on that.
You think Trump's going to get reelected?
I hope not. You know what? I didn't think he'd get elected. Period. I really didn't. So
I think he's going to get reelected.
I do too. I like. There's a big part of me that thinks, yeah, he's going to get back in there. His base is solid,
Yep.
which is scary in itself. Who's coming up next?
Hannah Kaiko with Digital Creator North. Like I said earlier, a really cool initiative to get teenagers doing more digital things, photography, animations, different sorts of things like that. Something that 13-year-old me would have completely nerded out for.
Right?
So I'm super excited to get talking about this, and I'm assuming it's coming up right after this break.
I am a mother, and I am a sister.
I'm a father.
A wife, a daughter. I'm Somali lady.
I can very proudly say that I'm a teacher.
A social worker.
I'm a human being.
I have a dream
to be free.
And I wish we live in the world full of peace.
Adoptions create families. Are you thinking of adopting a child from an orphanage or your family in India, Bangladesh, Jamaica, Guyana, or any other country? Let Worldview Adoption, a government-licensed agency with 15 years of experience, help. Parmjeet Mongat and Associates are experienced in handling all adoptions cases, especially relative adoptions with complex immigration issues. For a relative or orphan adoption, domestic or international, call Worldview Adoption for a consultation today.
It's not always this obvious when young people need help. For 30 years, we've shown up for youth. With your donation, you can too.
Prescription drugs. When used properly, they can help. But last year, more than 80,000 Canadian kids used them to get high, even though it can be very dangerous. Prescription drug abuse. It can damage a teen for life. Get the facts and talk with your kids about prescription drug abuse. Visit canada.ca/drug prevention. A message from the Government of Canada.
Welcome back to the morning show. Now we're continuing on with our second guest of the day, Hannah Kaiko from the Sault Ste. Marie Public Library and Digital Creator North. Now this is so cool. When I was looking up who Tim had me scheduled to interview today, I was looking at the different things that they do. And I was nerding out because this is exactly the kind of stuff that I would have been loving to do at the age of 13. But this is open from 13 to 19. And the things these kids are doing, animations, digital photography. So Hannah Kaiko, thank you so much for coming in. And first off, how did you get involved with Digital Creator North? Excuse me.
Thanks for having me. I got involved. I was passionate about working with youth and bettering the community around me. So when I saw this job opportunity like you, I was shocked that it even existed. So I applied and it looks like I fit right in.
And what are some of the things you've already been doing with these kids? I know you've been trying to take a green spin on some of the different things you've been doing, so tell us about that.
I thought it would be interesting for the month of July to try and implement some environmental consciousness with the teens. So instead of just promoting our digital skills, I thought if we implemented green plus digital, it would make a really cool kind of partnership. So for our photo walk, we actually collected garbage and cleaned up the community. And at the end of the month, we're going to use whatever we collected to try and make some sort of artistic sculpture.
That's super cool too. And you were saying that when you're going on these nature walks and you're doing your photography, as much as you are green-minded, you've got some really cool equipment that's got these kids kind of getting sucked in and wanting to play with it. Can you tell us about some of the equipment you guys actually use?
Yeah, so we're based out of the public library, but we have a ton of equipment such as a virtual reality headset. We have 4 MacBook computers. We have 2 professional cameras, a tripod, a green screen. We have all of this stuff to do filmmaking, professional photography, and from there we just bridge out with different kind of workshops.
And that's the perfect age. From 13 to 19, those are when the kids are, I mean, at that age I was doing some YouTube videos and stuff too, but I did not have nearly any of that cool kind of stuff to use. So what sorts of things are the kids using this equipment to create and different things that they're using to make?
Well, for community outreach, we always offer the fact that we can video or like do photography for any kind of event. So we did for Rainbow Prom. We took all the pictures of the kids at prom, which was really fun.
Cool.
And I think it was really fulfilling for the teens to have such a primary role there. So it's really fun doing community outreach. But in terms of just kind of like geeking out, we do a lot of stop motion videos. They do YouTubing, a lot of music making, which is really cool. And if they have their own kind of passions or projects they want to work on, they can use the equipment we have there.
And do they do any of that? Do these kids have maybe like a YouTube channel that they're using this equipment to work on?
Oh yeah, a lot of them come in to record for their YouTube videos, blogging, videography. Some of them may say, I've asked somebody if I can do a video, can I bring them in this space, and can I do something for them there? And they use the space as their own kind of workshop, which is really, really cool.
And you do a ton of things, and those are all on your Facebook page. You always post when the things are happening. What sort of feedback have you gotten from the people that are actually coming? Is this something that they enjoy doing on a weekly basis?
So as much as we try to make it a primary teen space, we also don't want to discriminate any ages from coming in.
Right.
So older and younger that come in, we really try to make them feel welcome, and it's really cool when we have seniors come in and use the equipment and learn about it, and then we have the teens take on a really leadership role by telling them just how much they know, because they're almost just as or more knowledgeable than I am in this field of digital media skills, which is really cool.
See, I would love to see a YouTube channel of a senior learning their way through it and just watching that progress. That'd be really cool.
It's awesome.
And you were saying that you don't discriminate, and you did put a big emphasis on your preteen workshops before you came.
Right. So the library has me and our teens from the Digital Creator North Space working on preteen workshops. So we're doing 4 in total. They're always on Thursdays. So we have 2 at the Cora branch and then 2 at the public library. So the ones at the public library are going to be a real focus on science fiction.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're going to do a sci-fi photo scavenger hunt, and then we'll also cover, depth, mood, whatever we need to cover that would be proper photography etiquette. And then the same goes for the ones at the Cora branch.
And this is the photo that we have up here, right, of the sci-fi photo scavenger hunt on the screen over there. Thursday, July 25th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. And you're also saying there's a sci-fi, I believe, stop motion animation, correct?
Right. So I'm hoping to bridge off each one. So after we do one, let them kind of penetrate all the skills we learned, and then let's try and implement that into something else. And we're going to use that same sci-fi theme, but trying to do a stop motion video, which the teens are excellent at.
Yeah, stop motion was something that actually kind of worked my way to first get into the field of TV. That's what I really liked working on. But how often does it happen where one of the students that comes into the workshop teaches you something? Because I can only imagine their knowledge is probably plentiful too.
Every day that happens, every single day. As much as I'm there to mentor them and be a support line and show them different things, they teach me so much. I'm like a sponge when I'm with them because I learn so much from them.
And what sorts of students are really the ones that are perfect for this group? The ones that are probably a little bit more tech savvy?
You know what? I think anybody is perfect in this group because we're such a safe, welcoming space, and even the existing teens that are there all the time are so welcoming to people coming in, which is just so great. And they were so welcoming to me when I started, so I know that anyone would fit right in.
And do you see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of people that are there on a weekly basis, excuse me?
Oh yeah. Once you have a couple come in and they bring their friends or their girlfriends or their boyfriends, it really becomes a nice social gathering and a safe space for them to not only work on their digital media skills, but to just hang out, which, a lot of teens don't have a safe space to be themselves, which is awesome.
And now you say you signed a year contract to continue working with this, and that's great. Congratulations on that, by the way. What sorts of things are you hoping to do? You do have your things planned out for now, but what sorts of things are you looking to do throughout the year?
Well, I have a big passion for Indigenous issues, so I'm hoping to try to get some digital storytelling in there and really get some community outreach to kind of promote what we can do because we have such a heavy Indigenous community here. So it would be awesome to get our digital media art skills and bridge that with some Indigenous issues that could really use some leverage in the community. So that's one of my hopes.
And for people that are listening right now and they're really interested in something like this, where can people go to keep tabs on what Digital Creator North is doing?
I think the best place is our Facebook page. The public library often shares our posts, but our Digital Creator North, Sault Ste. Marie Facebook page and Instagram for that matter will promote everything I'm saying right now.
And if I wanted to go to one of these events, do I just show up? Do I message you guys? Is there any sort of fee?
Well, the best thing about it is that we're pretty relaxed. So just show up because we're always, welcoming and ready. If you follow our calendar and you check out our Facebook dropping in is the best way to get people to come.
And the times are variable, right? So depending on the event, it'll be a different time, different day of the week.
Yeah, and I will move my schedule around for, you know, certain community events. If we want to get there on a Saturday, then maybe we won't be open on the Monday, but we'll be there.
Well, Hannah, I want to thank you so much because this is too cool. I'm kind of nerding out myself. So I want to thank you so much. This is a great thing for youth in the community. But we'll have more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.
Got something going. I think it's terrific. No hot pets. That's what it's called. You know what it's for? It's for dummies that leave their pets in the car. If you see this and you're walking by and you see a pet in a hot car roasting away, the windows up, you call the police or call the SPCA and they'll have somebody there quick. Don't let our pets die in the car. Get involved.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Well, you know what, Alex? You did such a good job today. I'm going to have you back tomorrow. Is that okay?
I guess. If I have
come and work with me, oh my gosh.
I was about to say, 2 days down out of 5. Can I quit now?
Nope. You got 3 more.
Fine.
And then next week there's a couple.
Thursday,
yes.
Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday, Thursday?
Yes.
Am I filling in for you or Tim?
For Tim.
Where's my time off? I guess it's now, because we're done for the day.
Yeah, we are done for the day.
Have a good rest of your morning, good rest of your day, and we'll see you once again tomorrow at 8.